In a shocking case emerging from Jammu and Kashmir's Kulgam, a deputy superintendent has been caught with 3 terrorists travelling in a vehicle on the Srinagar-Jammu highway. Davinder Singh, deputy superintendent of police posted at the sensitive Srinagar International Airport, he has been arrested and is in police remand and is currently being interrogated. The police intercepted a vehicle in which the wanted Hizbul terrorist Naveed Babu, his accomplice Asif, and the Deputy Superintendent of Police Davinder Singh were travelling. Naveed Babu is accused of being involved in the killing of 11 non-local workers, including truck drivers and labourers in South Kashmir in October and November last year. Shockingly, at Davinder Singh's home in Srinagar, the police recovered an AK-47 rifle and 2 pistols. 2 AK-47 rifles were also recovered from the car in which they were travelling. Davinder Singh has been a decorated police officer, has been a part of many anti-militancy operations in Jammu and Kashmir. He was also awarded the President's Police Medal for Gallantry on the 15th of August. In a major embarrassment for the Jammu and Kashmir Police and Intelligence, the IGP of Jammu and Kashmir admitted that they did not have any knowledge of Davinder Singh's involvement with terrorists.
देखिए, जैसा कि आप जानते हैं कि जो हमारे पुलिस अफसर है, ये एंटी मिलिटेंसी ऑपरेशन में बहुत सारे काम किए हैं, लेकिन जो जिस हालत में कल पकड़ा गया, जो कि मिलिटेंट को अब गाड़ी में बैठा के ड्राइव करके जम्मू साइड जा रहा था, ये हिनियस क्राइम है। इसीलिए उसको हमने वही ट्रीट किया जो मिलिटेंट को करते हैं, प्रॉपर अरेस्ट किए, रिमांड पर लाए हैं, इंट्रोगेशन चल रहा है और उसमें जो इन्वेस्टिगेशन में जो आएगा उसके हिसाब से कार्रवाई की जाएगी।
Davinder Singh was also deployed as part of the security delegation for the foreign envoys who visited Kashmir recently to get a first-hand account of the situation in the Kashmir Valley after the union government had revoked under Article 370.
देखिए, उस टाइम वो लीगल बोनाफाइड ड्यूटी पर था और उस टाइम हम लोग को इसके बारे में जानकारी नहीं था, नहीं आप लोगों को था, नहीं हम लोग को था। तो जब किसी के बारे में कोई जानकारी नहीं हो तो ड्यूटी पर है तो हम लोग कैसे रोक सकते हैं इसको?
And let's go straight across now to our Srinagar correspondent Ishan Vani, who has been tracking the very latest. Ishan, the IGP of Kashmir Police has called it a heinous crime, like we just heard again. And what has been said so far by the police leaves no scope for benefit of doubt for the detained officer.
Well, yes, we have been able to speak to several top-ranking officials from the Jammu and Kashmir Police who have categorically said that it leaves a very less scope for Davinder Singh to escape from this particular case, given the fact that the crime is really heinous of Kashmir Valley in a way, given the fact that he was taking them somewhere around Jammu. But the police says that it's a matter of investigation, but looking at the things, how they have panned out and the details that have been able to gather from sources on the ground, it seems that the said Deputy Superintendent of Police would not be, let off very easily. Now, the police says that he was basically a person, deputy, the second in command at the airport at Srinagar of the anti-hijacking team. Imagine what could have happened if he would have let the militants in and some aircraft would have been hijacked. It would have been a tragedy and it would have been a matter of national security. So that is something where there is no space for this particular officer to escape. Now, police has registered cases under several sections and categorically IGP Kashmir Range Vijay Kumar said that he will be treated like a militant given the fact that he was arrested and found with the militants. Although the questioning is still on, the police will prepare papers and charges against him and will produce him in the a way that he had several allegations of extortion in the past. He was leading a special operation group in the 90s, has been involved in several anti-militancy activities. But one has to see, that the crime that he has committed is very heinous and the police will definitely take a stringent action against the police officer.
Absolutely. Ishan, what more do we know about the timeline of this operation which actually led to Davinder Singh being detained?
Well, yes, it all started when the district police in Shopian received a tip-off about the travelling of these militants in South Kashmir, and SP Shopian Sandeep Chaudhary informed the IG Kashmir range that he had an information about these militants trying to travel through that particular route, and later the IG directed the DIG of that particular belt to personally monitor this operation, given the fact that, a top-ranking militant, Naveed, in a car, and they could have done anything, and that is why there were several barricades that were erected in that part of South Kashmir. There were several checkpoints in place, and when this car reached a particular checkpoint in Kulgam district, it was stopped, and the policemen were shocked to find a deputy SP in the car, and later on all of them were arrested, taken to a local police station where they were questioned separately. The deputy SP was questioned separately, and the militants were questioned separately. So the questioning is still on. There are several leads that the police has got after questioning these accused in this particular case, but the high profile is that this guy has been now found involved in the militancy, because he was trying to take them somewhere out of Kashmir Valley, which is a big concern for the security agencies. Now the questioning is still on. We have to wait and watch that how long does it take for the police to divulge more details. They have promised that after 2 or 3 days they'll be putting forth a complete detail of account of what really happened and how did this police officer get in touch with these military.
Right, Ishan, and also before we let you go, how long was this officer, Davinder Singh, under the radar of the intelligence agencies?
Well, if we believe our sources, they say that he has been on the radar since a couple of days, but it seems very unlikely that he was on a radar, given the fact that when foreign envoys arrived in Kashmir, he was seen posing in a picture at the airport since he was part of an anti-hijacking team. So he was there at the airport, and in the pictures it's very clear that he was posing with ambassadors, including the ambassador of United States and several other key countries to India. And that is why there is a questions about the serious implications if something would have happened, untoward would have happened at the airport. Given the sensitivity of that particular visit, that India had announced an official visit of these ambassadors to Kashmir to get a first-hand account of how the situation has been unfolding after the abrogation of Article 370. He was there, he was posing with the pictures. The policemen have said clearly that any such heinous crime, but now his role has been pretty much clear that he was involved in trying to take these militants out of the Kashmir Valley. The police has registered a case, but it's a very shocking case of putting up an officer who was already tainted at a sensitive location in Srinagar, which could be a major headline grabber across the world if anything happens at the Srinagar airport. So police has to once again assess its cadre and see where the lapse is. They will do an assessment on their own basis and well see what will be the outcome of those particular analysis that the police and other security agencies do.
Right, and the fact is that he was also a President's Medal winner, and that raises a lot of questions as well. And he was a highly decorated officer.
Well, yes, it's first important to mention that it was just around last year that he was given President's Medal, and Day. This raised serious eyebrows in the way in which these officers are chosen for the high medals and high ranks. He had joined just as a sub-inspector, and later on, because of his activities, that he was a professional officer for several years. But later on, there were several charges of extortion that emerged, and police had to register several FIRs against this police person. But how did he get away with those FIRs? And was there no surveillance on him? Was there no monitoring of this officer since he was? There was cases and allegations of extortion against him. That is something that police will have to answer, and other administrations will have to answer, that why was he kept at this sensitive location. Now this police officer has been instrumental in arresting Afzal Guru, one of the persons who was a main accused in 2001 parliament attack, and there are charges and counter charges that he Afzal Guru had made a charge against him that he had tortured him and other things as well, but still he was chosen for the President's Medal. Have to look into again. There were actually in the past several questions raised on the manner in which the police officers and other people receive rewards based on their performance in the anti-militancy operations. But police have to once again look at their guard, and the administration as well will have to see it carefully that these officers later on get tainted, and that will be a big problem not only for the security agencies but for the nation as a whole.